Hello and welcome to a Bedrock Edition tutorial with me, Elven Dragon. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build an overworld only guardian farm design that I come up with. As you can see behind me, it's a rather simple design, but it works fairly okay. And it also produces quite a bit of squid ink. So without further ado, let's jump right into the tutorial. Alright, so once you've successfully located the monument that you wish to use for your farm, the first thing that you're going to need to do is go down 3 blocks below the surface with your building block. This could be anything that you want. I'm using packed ice because I have a ton of it on this world. And you're basically going to be building up a wall all the way around the outside of the monument with the block. Now to get your bearings, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a pillar of dirt or gravel or sand at the corner of the monument. And that is going to allow you to get the exact measurement of the monument. Now you can put this at all 4 corners, or you can just do opposite ends. Doesn't matter. But once you get your wall in, you want to go down 1 more block and place a block in that corner. From there, you're going to want to build out a ring all the way around the inside of the wall, 8 blocks in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're going to want to take those marker blocks there and you're going to want to connect them up. If you happen to have a conduit, you're going to want it for this part because you're going to be dealing with a lot underwater. Now once you've got that marked out, you can go down 2 more blocks again, and on that second block you can build out again. Ooh. And you're going to want to build another corner there. Now from here, you're going to want to count out 16 blocks. 3, 4, 5, 14, 15, 16. And you're going to want to build another platform like the first, that's 16 blocks long. Now if you manage to build this part correctly, the 16 block platform should come right to the edge of this monument. Alright, so at this point you're going to want to put a ladder down in one of the corners so that you can easily get in or out of the farm. And then layer 2 starts out the same way that layer 1 does. You have the water source block in the corner. And then 1 block away you have another source block. And you get massacred by guardians. Alright, so the second layer starts off the same way as the first. You get your infinite water source going. 1 block started 1 block away from the corners. And you have your 1 water source there in the corner. And that will function to push everything in towards the middle. Alright, so once you get those 16 blocks in, you're going to want to go down from the corner, go down 1 block, so that you basically are building a 2-high wall all the way around the top of the monument. Alright, for those of you who are building this in a non-icy biome, you're going to want to get all of your platforms in before you start draining. This will help by putting a limit on the amount of water that you need to remove, and basically allow it so that you're not trying to remove extra water. However, if your monument happens to be under an iceberg biome, like this one, you are going to want to mine out the ice above it before you really start putting in your platforms. You can put in the platforms first using a conduit or a water breathing potion. However, it'll be much easier for you to simply mine out the ice and place in your packed ice that way. Alright, so once you get all of your ice in, you're going to want to grab some water buckets. And if you are building this in a cold biome, you're going to want light sources. So this could be glowstone, this could be jack-o'-lanterns, this could be sea lanterns. It doesn't matter so long as it is a full block and it prevents ice from forming. So in each of the corners you're going to want to put a block, and then you're going to want to put water all the way down the side, like so, making sure to add in light sources if you are in the cold biome. Please note that if you use buttons to try and keep the water blocks full, guardians will not spawn. One of the things you will have to do is you will have to remove the top section here of the monument. Just basically clear this whole section out. Drop in our light sources there, 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 and there. Please note that as you get the water in, guardians will start spawning. So be prepared to deal with those. Alright, so once you've got the first round in on the second layer, this is where things start to get a little different. Now on the last block of water, you're going to want to put pressure plates down. This will allow you to place in water sources in front of them and not have them completely flood the area. You're also going to want to grab some signs and place one, not there. You're going to want to place one on top of that pressure plate, and on this piece of glowstone here. Once you have those signs in, go ahead and place a block of ice on top of that sign. The light from the glowstone should be sufficient to melt the ice. If not, or you're just feeling impatient, then go ahead and just break the ice. It'll turn into a water source, and it'll start pushing everything down. Again, like the other layers, make sure to remember to place in the glowstone. One block apart. And on one block away from the corner, right here, start placing down your water sources. Now this one is a little bit easier because you can stand on the row of pressure plates and you'll want to do that all the way around. Alright, so once you get the second layer complete, you want to fill in the third, which is right on top of the monument here. Same way. Water source one block away from each of the corner blocks, one on top of the corners. Light source below if you're in a cold biome. And what you want to do from here is you want to take your pickaxe, you want to go down into the monument at the 4 points where the water all collects. And you're going to want to put buttons on the walls and a sign on top of one of the buttons. You're also going to want to drain the inside top chamber of the monument. That will help you for when you build your kill chamber. So basically signs over the hole. And that will allow all the guardians, fish, and squid to start dropping in here. So now what you want is to basically bring this down by several blocks. Okay, we'll mine out the floor here. And what you want to find is the point at which the guardians start becoming affected by this bug that causes them to float. So mine these out. Alright, so if we go in here and wait for those guardians to fall, you notice that they kind of like bungee up and down a bit. They aren't supposed to do that. That's a bug. They seem to now eventually come to rest.
Alright, so if you don't want to use a trident killer for your farm, or the realm or server you're on doesn't allow you to use one, you can do a very simple kill chamber like what we have here on Slack Lizard's Breaking Bedrock Realm, where you basically just smack the guardians with your sword, you throw harming 2 potions at them as well, in which case the bottom of your kill chamber is probably going to be about where the floor of this top room is. Then for your storage system, you can just have either a simple 2 by 2 of hoppers leading into a double chest, or you can have something more elaborate. Alright, so here we can see a very good example of the floating guardians glitch. Those guardians aren't on any block whatsoever. I can smack them very easily with my sword, and they kind of just bounce up and down like that. So what you're gonna want to do is you want to build your floor right about at that level. That should prevent them from from floating. And then you can build an opening into your kill chamber right there. You can either smack them with a sword, or you can build a trident killer on that level. And go AFK up at Y96. This will allow you to get guardians and squid to spawn, but none of these pesky little fish down here will spawn at all. But that just about wraps this up for this tutorial. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Please, please, please go upvote the Floating Guardians bug. Link is in the description. There will also be a link down there for a Trident Killer that works in 1.13. And I shall see you all in the next one. Goodbye!